It took several months of negotiation piloted by Afriland First Holdings to get to this day, April 18, 2025. The arrival of these Indian investors to the Central African Republic's capital Bangui for the materialization of $1 billion industrial project.
Afriland First Holdings play a role what I would call an active facilitator, because it is not only linking the government and the company Mahasakthi Group, but it is more than that.
Led by the Cameroonian entrepreneur and founder of the Afriland Empire, Dr. Paul Fokam Kamonye, the chairman of Afriland First Holdings, Dr. Guy Laurent Fonjo, and other partners, they are received by Central African authorities, including the Ministers of Economy, Planning and International Cooperation, and Agriculture. At the presidency, they are fine-tuning the industrial sugarcane and cassava cultivation and transformation projects in a conversation with the President of the Central African Republic, Professor Faustin Archange Touadéra.
Today, I had a very, very fruitful discussion with His Excellency, the President of the Central African Republic, and his entire cabinet colleagues.
The chairman and managing director of the multi-million-dollar Indian conglomerate Mahasakthi Group, Tiraj Kumar, his collaborators and officials of Afriland First Holdings are presenting the merit of the project, qualified as strategic.
Any country to move forward needs agro-based industry, whereby it supports the economy and the farmers and the people, and it doubles the income of the farming community, thereby the economy improves and the whole country improves.
We are not only doing it for Central African Republic, it is a start. We are going to implement it here. We are also working on other African countries, and our goal is really to bring that social development take up in all African countries.
Then the signing of the partnership agreement on April 19, 2025, under the supervision of President Faustin Archange Touadéra, Tiraj Kumar signs for Mahasakthi Group and the Ministers of Economy, Planning and International Cooperation and Agriculture for the Central African Republic.
It's been a historic agreement between India and the Central African Republic in the fields of sugarcane, sugar production, and cassava cultivation, and bringing in the technology from India to transform the sugarcane into sugar, and a whole complex of the entire sugar industry consisting of sugar cultivation, sugar production, ethanol production, and 60 megawatt co-generation power production.
Cela traduit à la fois le respect que nous commençons à mériter.
This is an indication that the Central African Republic is beginning to gain international respect, an indication that the country is attractive, economically speaking, that the country is progressing in its development and industrialization drive.
Est sur la bonne dynamique.
Financial resources for the project will come from different sources.
It will be a combination of debt, it will be a combination of fundraising, and it will be with the Mahasakthi strength, we will be able to raise the money to bring into the country.
The financing is also one of the leverage that we'll be doing in terms of finding financial partners. That you see, it is a $1.2 billion investment. And if you know the GDP, it is half the GDP of this country. So you have a real impact on the social economic development of this country.
The project's execution, with the use of over 35% of the local labor force, will generate wealth and thousands of jobs.
Close to 5,000 people will be employed directly by the sugar company for the sugar production. 20,000 people by various means, like supplying vehicles, driving, giving other inputs and other support, other auxiliaries to the company. Close to 20,000 people will also be benefited. When we create an asset, that asset becomes an asset of the Central African Republic and it's for the people and for the nation.
The chairman of Afriland First Holdings also highlights its social benefits.
It is a mix of business and social. You cannot do business. We believe that economic business should be supported by social, because if people are not socially well, you cannot have a sustainable business. So that is why, but to have a sustainable social support, you need to be economically strong. So that is why we balance between economic and social development of the population.
As indicated by the Central African Minister of Economy, Planning and International Cooperation, Professor Richard Filakota, the execution phase will start very soon.